all right. Don't worry. I'm here. I just hopped out the shower. We've been running around. Give me a second as we get people in here. We're a few minutes early. I'm gonna pull up the stream on my phone so we can chat. We'll go from there. Anthony, unbeatable. The gang is all here. All right, we're getting the chat set up. All right, now that I know this is live, we are going to stream it to the other platforms. Boom. All right, we got Restream up right now. All right, all right. Don, what's up? Anthony, what's up? JC, how you guys doing? So, let me pull up another thing that we know that's streaming. All right, if you guys are seeing this, can you do me a favor? So, I'm streaming on multiple different setups tonight, right? I got the horizontal version, which some of you guys are going to be seeing right here. But I want some of you guys to go check my TikTok at GRXNT, Grant Everett, you know, my handle on Instagram. Or can you check out my shorts, my YouTube shorts? Tell me if I'm streaming on there too. I'd love to know that. We're just kind of getting our... Don, I live in San Diego. So... All right, if you guys want the workbook for tonight, go DM me MC2 on Instagram. I'll also drop the link in the chat to make sure you have it. We're gonna get this rolling. Let me just make sure everything's going well. We got the live chat rolling. People are going to start rolling in. Tonight, we're going to be talking about using 7 universal laws to break the habit of being yourself. And I'm going to stitch 2 things together for you guys. I'm going to stitch talks about the Kabbalion, right? How we can use the Kabbalion and universal laws to change our lives. That's where we're going to be starting. I just want to give us some time for people to start rolling in, time for people to get their workbooks. Let me send the workbook to the chat. That's what I'm going to do. That's where we're going to be starting. I just want to give us some time for people to start rolling in. All right, I've got the stream up for the shorts as well. I'm going to be going back and forth, just making sure you guys have everything you need to succeed. Okay, TikTok is live, shorts is live, YouTube is live. We are getting ready to go right here. Now let me just make sure you guys actually have the link in this chat, and we'll go from there. All right, team, we are rolling. We are rolling. There is the link. So if you guys can do me a favor while we're kind of in the teaching environment, just refer anyone to the link if they need it. That's going to be a big thing. That's going to be of major importance to make sure everyone has what they need. Now, I'm going to do my best to keep up with the chat. We're going to have a lot going on tonight because there's going to be a lot of delay because I have 3 different systems going on. So bear with me. I'm going to just make sure that I'm giving you guys all the value you need. And then I'll come in every now and then. I'm going to check in the chat. I'm going to do my best to manage everything we got going on. We're moving up in the world. We got a bunch of usuals in here. We got Jive. We got In the Clouds. We got Richard Tracy. We got Unbeatable. We got the team here. We got 27 people rolling off the bat. This is great. If you guys are ready to go, let me pin the, let me see. All right, so the link is pinned. We're good to go on that end. All right, so one thing that's different about tonight and tonight's workbook is actually leading up to this, as I was getting the workbooks ready, I filmed a podcast for you guys. So if you guys want an audio companion of tonight's teaching to just kind of go into your everyday life, right? Whether you're going to the gym, you're going to work, you're just at home cleaning. I filmed a podcast that you can listen to. But tonight we're going to be talking about using the 7 universal laws to break the habit of being yourself. Now there is going to be a little lag in the chat, right? So if I ask for engagement and I don't really respond to it right away, just know that there's like a 15-second lag maybe. Let's get straight into it, guys. Let's get straight into it. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready to go. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready to go. We got the pinned workbook. Thank you guys for being here. This is just kind of like a new environment, right? I got the live aspect to the teachings, and we're just going to go from there. So I'm going to wait till we get some 1s coming in. We just know everyone's ready. We got 31 people in the chat. That's great. It's Saturday night. Let's go. 111. Ben is here. What's up, my boy Ben? Isabella, what's up? Anthony, what is up? Rufida, what's up? Tom, 1. We got the usual suspects here. I recognize the gang, so I appreciate you guys out. You're out here on Saturday night showing love. So let's get straight into it. So tonight we're going to be stitching together the 7 universal laws of the Kabbalion to break the habit of being yourself. Now, what I want to do is take these 7 universal laws and I want to stitch them to the Joe Dispenza teachings, right? I want to show you guys that no matter where you get information, it's all teaching you the same things, and it's all teaching you to go within and look for answers that have been there the entire time. Everything is a light pointing back to the source, and that source is you. You are the beginning and the end of the experience that you're having. So I want to give you the tools to properly embark on the journey within. Now, in the workbook, I put it together because it synthesizes 2 powerful texts, Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself and the Kabbalion. And I did it to provide a structured framework to rewiring your mind and mastering reality through the universal principles. Now, Dispenza teaches us how to overcome limiting patterns and reprogram the subconscious mind using neuroscience, quantum physics, and meditation. The Kabbalion presents 7 universal laws that govern all existence, offering a metaphysical foundation for personal transformation. Now, I'm not even going to get in there. I know what the first law is, right? The first law we're going to touch on tonight is the law of mentalism. All right. We got 30 people in the chat right now. I want everyone, what is the law of mentalism? If you got the workbook, if you read the Kabbalion, if you've heard anything about Joe Dispenza talking about mind and matter, tell me about the law of mentalism. I want some engagement tonight. The law of mentalism. As it comes in, we are going to just kind of keep it pushing. So what Joe Dispenza talks about, that mind is matter, and the Kabbalion talks about that the all is mind. So these are both teachings, right? This is from Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And this is from the Kabbalion. It's the first of 7 universal laws. This is the most important thing to understand, because when you realize that thought is the most powerful frequency in the universe, your mind is the most fertile environment to lay the seeds of change, you're going to take your thoughts and emotions more seriously. Because in this exact present moment, you are creating reality at all times, whether you are aware of it or not. Whether you are aware of it or not, the mind is matter. And the matter, the external world, is a reflection of the perceptions your internal mind holds. In Buddhism, Buddha talks about how awareness and revelation is like staring at the mirror. And the only thing preventing us from truly seeing the mirror is the dust and the muck upon the mirror. And all you need to do is wipe it away. The more you wipe away at the illusions, wax on, wax off, the more clearly you can see that you are a pure source and you are a pure vehicle for mind transferring into matter, right? This is why they say, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven in the Bible. Like once you search the kingdom of heaven, like think about that. Drop a 1 in the chat if that's pretty crazy. The kingdom of heaven. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. When you go within and find the inner stillness that the law of mentalism teaches you have access to, you're going to realize that the universe itself is mental. That everything you want starts in your mind. Now I'm going to check in the chat because we got some shorts viewers right now, so I want to make sure everyone's getting the attention they deserve. RJ, JC, Theodore, Kaisar, Jay, thank you guys for showing loves in the shorts chat. Catherine, what's up? Rufida, all right, I'm glad you guys are getting it. We got 35 people rocking right now. Yes, in the cloud says it's the U inverse. That's beautiful. It is the U inverse. Now let's touch on this a little more, right? What do we do with this information? The first law they teach us is the law of mentalism. So the I am that Neville Goddard talks about, or the law of mentalism, right? The universal mind, the divine mind, the mind of God, is unconditioned awareness. It's unconditioned consciousness, which means it's the infinite potential that Joe Dispenza talks about, right? That 99.9% energy is unconditioned awareness. This is when they say the quantum field is energy and the quantum field is aware, right? That energy has consciousness. Just like we are physical matter, but we are made of energy. That's the U inverse. That's the U inverse. Chans, what's up, bro? Welcome. No worries. You're not late at all. If any of you guys are tuning in just a little bit later right now, I want you to go click the link in the horizontal YouTube stream and you'll get the workbook for tonight's class. Or you can go DM MC to my Instagram and get it there too. This is going to be just like a full-on kind of workbook or synopsis of everything we're going to be talking about tonight for you to just kind of go through, have access to, use in your everyday life. Now, I want you guys to drop a 1 in the chat if you like the idea of having a companion podcast, right? You guys are going to have access to this live stream. We're talking on the whiteboard. What if you don't have access to the ability to be watching my videos or watching my whiteboard talks? Do you like the ideas of me doing a full-on podcast over the workbook that you guys can listen to and have in the background of everyday life? Drop a 1 in the chat if you like that idea. Drop a 1 in the chat if you like that idea. All right. We got some 1s coming in. And I want you guys to be interactive. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat as I'm talking about things. I'll respond to it as I go. And if you guys have any input for me as a streamer, as a creator, or topics you want me to talk about, just let me know, because I go back through all the chats of all our conversations. I really want to make sure that I'm showing up for you guys and I'm not just showing up for me. So that takes a two-way street. Oh, Tom, your daughter's watching. What's up, little Miss Hoffner? Hi. We're live streaming from California. You guys are in Long Island? Do I remember that correctly, Tom? Long Island? All right, let's keep it pushing. I'm going to be checking the chats every now and then, but all right, let's get back to this. So unconditioned awareness is consciousness, right? I am signifies a state of awareness. I am blank, right? If I am scared to change my life, if I am fearful that it will not work out, if I am scarce because I don't think that I have access to the infinite source of divine intelligence, I am conditioning this consciousness to be at a lower frequency through my words. This is why in the Bible they say God created with his word first, or he spoke and created the universe. Look, my word is powerful because it's frequency. Because you are going to feel what I say. It's not how people say it that make profits. It's what they make you feel when they say it that makes it so powerful. My word is a spoken frequency. That's why it's like casting a spell. Writing words is like spelling. You need to be careful at the most fundamental level of what you're conditioning your state of awareness with. I, personally, am so grateful that I have the opportunity to hang out with 40 of you guys right now. It's awesome. There's no other thing I'd be rather spending my Saturday night doing. But if you condition it at a lower state, you're going to be at a low frequency. So just know that it all starts in the mind. And you get to condition your consciousness every day, and we get to create our reality in doing so. Yes, in the clouds. In the beginning was the Word. I've been doing a lot of yapping, a lot of talking. So my voice is going to be given out every now and then, so I'm going to take some sips of water. All right, let's get on the law 2. Law 2 is the law of correspondence. Or as Joe Dispenza puts it, we have to overcome our environment. Right? We have to overcome our external frame of how we view the world. I'm going to color coordinate this so you guys can see what's going on. We got as above, so below. And as within, so without. This is the second law, and it's the first thing Joe Dispenza talks about. Because the macrocosm, the universal experience, the divine mind, and us, we are one and the same. If you guys go look up a fractal, it comes down to this simple concept, right? Imagine we had the universe in a plate-sized form, and it was shaped like a little cake. If we cut that universe in fours, the universe actually would not be split in fours. It would be four small universes, all embodying the same traits. That's what a fractal is, right? That's why it's as above, so below. As within, so without. This is the mirror principle. Whatever you hold within is going to be what you experience on the outside. Or whatever you allow to define your experience in the environment, or the above, right, in the external outer world, so below within, you're going to judge that, and you're going to take that on as your own experience. This is why it's the second law, because you need to realize that you are not separate from that external experience, that internally, through the conditioned consciousness and your thoughts and your emotions, you're placing perceptions and judgments upon the external world. You're placing perceptions and judgments upon the external world. All right, any questions? Isabella, good. Unbeatable, good. Yes, Anthony, everything has its pair of opposites. We got 53 people in the chat right now. Welcome, welcome. I see you guys talking about a community. How about I just put a community together where you guys have access to me? Would you guys be interested in that? I'm on my phone, like, my screen time's like 25 hours a day. So if you like the idea of a community where I'm in there and you guys can talk to me and I'll send voice memos and answer any questions, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you like the idea of having a community that we can all be a part of. How does that sound? You like the idea of a community? We'll wait for those to come in and we'll get ready to move. All right, we're about to move on to Law 3, but I got a really important question I want to ask you guys, and I have to give a shout out to my boy Jared because he DM'd me today with a genius idea. Now, I want to share that genius idea with you, and if you guys think it's a genius idea, I want you to drop a 3 in the chat, okay? This is how I'm going to know you guys want me to do this. Now, I've collected your emails and SMS, right, your phone number to give you guys the workbook. Like if you go sign up, you give me that information. Jared told me that I should create like a daily or an every other day type of SMS community system where I text you guys and just send messages to help you reconnect with this wisdom in everyday life. Like I'll check in with you guys at random points and be like, hey, don't forget to slow down and take a breath right now and reconnect to this, right? Drop a 3 in the chat if you think that's a great idea. We're definitely going to do the community, but Jared had a good idea about that type of SMS chat. I want to see 3s in the chat if you like that idea. Like I said, I'm a little lagged right now. So we'll see it coming as we go. Dawn says it's genius. I love that. We got threes. We got threes. All right, law 3. Law 3. If you guys want to be on that SMS list, go make sure you DM me MC2 to get the workbook. If you guys get the workbooks on the lives, then you're going to get text messages from me. You'll get notifications of when I'm going live to come on and chat. And then I'll make sure to send those messages. I'll make sure to check in with you guys and actually be sending you applicable stuff to actually help you recharge and reconnect during the BS of everyday life. I think that's a really good idea, so I just want to give a big shout out to Jared for coming up with that. So we got the law of vibration, and then we have the body, right? This is what Joe Dispenza talks about. So if you guys can remember, in some of my videos, we talk about overcoming the environment, your body, in time. And you're going to notice that there's trends between the 7 universal laws of the Kabbalion and Joe Dispenza. Yes, unbeatable master is already there. He's already beaten us to it. So everything is energy. We know that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. But the one thing I want you to guys take note of everything has a frequency. Even if it's physical, this whiteboard has a frequency. Everything's vibrating at all times, right? But things of denser frequencies on the lower spectrum of consciousness hold lower states of emotion, right? Things that we don't want to experience. Things of higher frequencies are more attractive. They're higher energy. We want to be around it, right? High vibrational things are attractive because it's closer to the source. Because the source is the pure potential. It's the pure energy. It's recharging. It's refreshing. It's abundant. Which is why the wave of high frequency things is actually quicker. This is love. This is joy. Now, I want you guys to understand this concept because the body, we create frequency through our thoughts and our emotions. And our subconscious mind is programmed through repetition. So the more you experience a low frequency experience, the more you experience that emotionally, the energy in motion, and the more you experience that mentally with the negative thoughts, which creates the loop. So the only thing you need to do is just break the loop, and you break the loop by creating that space for the awareness. The I am. Do not condition it, because that's what the negative thought is. That's what the negative emotions is. Right? I am. Just leave it as is. That's the beautiful thing about it, is you don't have to do anything. You are naturally of a higher frequency. The I am of all I ams is the highest frequency, and we do not need to put a label upon it. That's the secret, and I feel like that's the biggest thing this space misses. Is because everyone has an agenda with you, everyone has an agenda to sell something, to gain a following, to do this, to do that. They're not telling you the truth. And the truth is we are connected, and we come from the highest frequency. Like, we are literally an incarnation of God experiencing itself. We are perfect harmony. We are the divine essence. We are the highest frequencies. Except when we condition the I am consciousness through our thoughts and our emotions of the body, we're going to experience more fear, anger, and guilt. All right, Richard Tracy's dropping some sauce in the chat. He says there's 2 ways to reprogram the subconscious mind: with consistent spaced repetition of an idea, and 2, deep emotional indentation. And those need to come together, because without them, you're going to experience incoherence. If the repetition of an idea and the deep felt emotions are not on the same frequency, you see how these are two different frequencies? Then we're not in the heart and mind coherence. Our vibration and our frequency there's dissonance. There's no coherence to it. That's why it's one of the most impactful things to understand. This is why it's the third law. If you guys are getting everything so far, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if it's making sense right now. I'm going to check on the shorts, gang. All right, everyone's doing well there. All right, we're moving on to principle 4. So we got 7 universal laws, and we've got the Joe Dispenza. Polarity is the concept of duality we talked about last night. It's the idea that everything has its pair of opposites. That's what the Kabbalion says. But Joe Dispenza says the past and future exist only in the mind, and the present moment is the only thing that truly exists in the place of power. Right? If we look on the spectrum of time, on one side is the future and one side is the past. They're polar in nature. One was yesterday and one's tomorrow, but neither of those things exist because they're in my mind. I'm only judging the past of what I could have done, or I either have fear and anxiety over tomorrow that doesn't exist. You need to overcome polarity. You need to overcome duality. Why do we want to overcome polarity and duality? Because it's the thing that keeps us paralyzed. I drew this yesterday with the guy that was suspended, stuck in between the back and forth. Now, time is an illusion created in the mind and in the quantum field, the universal intelligence. All that exists is the power of now, and that's what Eckhart Tolle talks about. Now, if you're living in the past, you're reinforcing old patterns of a familiar experience. Right? The past is familiar. And if you're living in the future and you're anxious of the future, guess what? If you're trying to create the future experience, you're still using the familiar. You cannot create a new experience with the same ingredients you used for all the ones prior. That's one of the biggest things Joe Dispenza talks about. Now, what's so powerful about the present? In the present moment, it just is. In the present moment, it just is. This moment just exists now. This stream is neither going great or terrible. I'm merely just engaging with the present moment and doing the best I can right now. And if I stumble up, and if I feel nervous, and if I see comments in the chat that I don't like, or if I see comments in the chat I love, I can't feed the polarity of it, because then I'm going to get stuck. If you see me get in my head, it's because I'm thinking about something that was said. Right? I'm thinking about something that was said. I'm getting in my head. I'm stuck on the polarity. I'm stuck on the past. I'm stuck on the future. I'm making judgments, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the multiverse creating realities I don't want to experience. But if you slow down and you just come to the now and you no longer judge yourself in this moment, you realize I have the power as a creator because I'm fully tapped into the 99%. I'm fully tapped into that 99% energy because I'm in the now. Because I'm in the present. I can do something about it. That's the best part. That's why it's so important that you have to learn that you can overcome the polarity. Because you can. You can overcome the polarity. Now, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. A 1 in the chat if you want to keep it rolling. We got 59 people right now. That's based. Let's go. 59 people on a Saturday night. I want you guys to give yourself a virtual round of applause. That's awesome. Everyone's out here getting their mind right, getting their life right. So let's go on to principle 5. Hopefully I spelled that right. Only God knows. All right, the law of the rhythm is the concept that everything flows in and out. Now I want you to think about the waves for me. The waves, they go out to shore. The waves go out to shore, but they must return to the sea. They must return to the sea. The ocean goes back. This is the law of rhythm. It's the cycle of life and death. It's creation and destruction. It's to gain and to lose. It's to rise and to fall. This is such an important principle to understand. Because you need to understand that life is the roller coaster. Life is the waves going out to shore and coming back. The more you hold on to things and the more you attach to an experience, the more you're going to suffer. Because you think that it's forever going to be good. You think that life is going to forever be good. No, I hate to break it to you, it's not. And the real secret is just learning that the polarity, the rhythm, right, the back and forth, the positive and negative, are both the experience. It is the experience. It is the present moment. Regardless of what is thrown your way in the present, you can't do anything about it except choose how you respond, which is the whole point of transmutation. Now, I wanted to start with that metaphor, but now let's talk about how it applies to Joe Dispenza and survival or creation. Because you cannot exist in two states at the same time. You cannot exist in two states at the same time. Now, survival is a state of fear. The best I can put it is like, you guys ever heard the things about like the reptilians? Oh my God, reptilians run the earth. You want to know why? It's because this is what the brain is. Oh my God, that's a terrible brain. Brain. Like on the lowest level of the brain is the reptilian, right? It's survival. It's a survival mechanism. Like it's literally out of a place of scarcity. It's a place out of fear. It's a place out of loss. And then there's a layer around it, right? And that layer outside of it is the mammalian brain, right? The mammal. This is some type of evolution, right? But then we know that we have the third eye right here. This is the non-dual experience. This is the creation. Bear with me because this is just me formulating my thoughts in real time. But the whole point is if you're engaging in states of survival, you're engaging in states of fear, you're engaging in states of loss, then you're literally in a devolved place. Like you're literally acting like the most devolved species of creation here, right? It's like in Mother Nature, everything's kill or be killed. Like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. As you evolve and you tap into the higher states and you overcome the non-duality, you realize you are the creator of the experience. You realize you can transmutate all things into positivity, right? Something that serves you on this experience. Marker down. What's going on? All right. Checking in with the chat right now. Yes, I love that in the clouds. Weekend should be for recuperating, not partying. Nicholas is saying, I'm pre-gaming to this. That's kind of tough, though. That's kind of fire. Yes, in the clouds. It's a brain speech bubble. Whatever. All right, drop a 1 in the chat if this is all making sense right now. Drop a 1 in the chat. We're headed into the last 2 principles. Drop a 1 in the chat if it's making sense right now. Now, I want you guys to do me a favor. If you guys can do me a favor, I don't ask for much. I show up, I stream, I want to give you guys love, I want to give you guys value. But I would absolutely love if you would follow me and DM me on Instagram, because I don't really get to like engage with you guys as much as I want to here. Like, I'm doing my best to keep up with the chats, but I'm doing my best to teach. So I'm going to put my Instagram in the chat. If you guys could follow me, send me a message, just tell me anything. You can get the workbook from me too. I would love that. I'm going to throw it in the chat. We'll do it on this one. And I said, just make sure to get your workbook with the link above. Tonight's not going to be an ultra long stream. I just wanted to hop on, still provide some value for you guys. We've got 64 people in the chat right now. I know, Isabella, you're saying you'll make one for us. It's okay. If you guys don't have Insta, just make sure that you guys get your workbook. I pinned the link at the top. So if you're new, if you're late, I put a workbook together so you guys could keep up. Right? I know people got life going on. I know people got a bunch of stuff, but I just want to make sure you have everything you need to survive. Elle, thanks for the follow. I appreciate the love. We're moving on to the final 2 principles of the stream tonight, and then we'll do a little chat session. We'll do a little yap session, a little Q&A. All right. Markers in the pocket. Markers in the pocket. We got cause and effect in the 3 brains. Now, the most important thing I want to touch on, I'm just going to put 3B for 3 brains. You guys will get the message. So, every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. Now, I want to be clear with you guys. This is how the planes go. What was the first law? This is going to make a lot of sense right now. What was the first law we talked about tonight? What was the first law we talked about? I want to see everyone say it in the chat. For the people that weren't here, make sure we keep them up to speed because this is going to make a lot of sense. Yes, the law of mentalism. The spiritual plane, or the mental planes, right, the immaterial, is the causal plane. And the effect plane that we experience is the physical world, right? So if you want to change an effect, if you want to change the amount of money you have, the people in your life, the job you have, your health, are you really going to do that by trying to change the same plane it's on? Are you really going to do that by trying to change the same plane it's on? Or are you going to change the place where the inputs lie? The reason we're bringing up the law of mentalism is because you change the causal plane. This is where you change the inputs, the cause and effect, right? You have to change your mind, change your thoughts. Our thoughts create our reality. This is the cause. Cause, effect. Is this making sense right now? Drop a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. We got 58 people in here. Also, if you guys are enjoying the stream, drop a like. We got 57 people in here. How many likes are there right now? There's 5 likes. There's 5 likes, and I got 58 of you, 57 of you in here. Come on. We're cooking right now. We're cooking right now. You gotta show some love, team. I'm gonna give myself a like from my own channel. I gave myself a like for my own channel. All right, pull the chat back up. All right. If this is making sense, I see a bunch of 1s. Let's go. Steph Curry, what's up? Wade, what's up? Be You Better, what's up? Oh, Happy Go Rucky, welcome back. All right, team, let's cook. We're headed on to the last principle. We've been yapping for almost an hour now. And we're headed into the final one. And then maybe I'll even give you guys the unspoken law. The unspoken law that only the 33rd degrees of Freemasonry know. All right, team. The last one, the last hurrah here. All right, the final one, gender. Smoke, you're really spoiling my fun? You're really spoiling my fun? Yes, it's the generative principle. We're going to talk about the capital G, you know, capital Grant. So logic in mind. The masculine. Feminine. We all have the polarity, the duality, the gender within us. It is the law of nature. That's why the yin and the yang is the most spiritual symbol. These all exist within us. So to tie this full circle to Joe Dispenza of how you create the new you, your thoughts and emotions need to come together in perfect coherence. They need to be on the same wavelength. When you guys get these frequencies in coherence, Chans, I appreciate the love. When they're on the same wavelength, you start to create reality. You overcome the duality and you enter the flow of life. This is the law of gender, and this is how you create the new you. This is the secret sauce. And this is law 7 of the universal laws and the principles of the Kabbalion. If you guys have been enjoying the streams, we've got 64 people in here. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if you've been enjoying spending time with me and you want to see me to continue streaming. I think streaming is going to become the new thing for me. It's like an easy way for me to create content, get to know you guys, provide value, and I got nothing else to do. I'm not going out to the bars. I'm reading my Harry Potter books and having my al pastor chicken that I just grilled up and didn't have time to eat. We got the 111s coming in. Death Chill, what's up, bro? Nice to see you. Chans, Catherine, Ben, Steph, Jerry Ann Tolliver, Francis, Wade, Keisha, Happy Go Rucky Randy, Kintaro. We're cooking in the chats right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, as I ride off into the sunset, because I have my al pastor chicken waiting for me, I'm going to leave you with one law, and this is going to be my mic drop. So just know that after I'm done with this secret principle from the Secret Society's stream over. So make sure to follow me on Instagram or go click the link to get your workbook to just get a summary of what we've been talking about. And I want you to drop a pod, P-O-D in the chat, if you're going to go listen to the audio version of the workbook. It's a 30-minute audio recording that I put together so you can program your mind every day, whether you're at work or you're in the gym or you just are cleaning the house. I'm putting together, it's an unlisted YouTube video, so the only way you can get it is through the workbook. It's not going to be on my channel yet. I don't think so. But I'm going to try and create a companion podcast for everything. Richard's going to listen to the pod. Come on. Isabella's going to listen to it. Alfred, I appreciate the love, bro. Charlotte, don't worry at all. Death Chill, if you want the pod, it's in the workbook. You guys like the idea of the pod? Let's go. I love that. We got 60 of you guys right now, and we got 47 likes. I appreciate the love. Keep smashing the like button. You know, it's just a little wink from the universe. My digital friends that you guys have been enjoying the content. All right. Christina, what's up? Yes, Wade, you're right. Part of the value of these is you have to hear this repeatedly. What did we just talk about? The subconscious mind is reprogrammed through repetition. That's why I'm putting so much of this content together. I'm putting a workbook together. You have a live presentation. You have a podcast that's unlisted that you can listen to as many times as you want. I'm genuinely giving 100% of my essence to you guys. I'm sacrificing my time, my energy, and attention because I know this will change your life. I know this will change your life because it changed mine. There's a reason I'm not on here flexing my Rolex, trying to look cool. Oh my God, I'm an entrepreneur, I make money. No, there's more important things, and this is how I connect with you guys, soul to soul, person to person. But let's get to this. Now, this is going to be off the dome. All right. So, in the secret societies like the Illuminati and the Freemasons, why do you think their symbol was the capital G? Right? And the capital G is the 33rd letter of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z in lowercase is 26. And if you count it uppercase A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's the 33rd letter. That's why there's 33 degrees of Freemasonry. That's why Jesus Christ was crucified when he was 33. That's why there's 33 steps on Jacob's ladder to heaven. That's why there's 33 vertebrae in the human spine. Chris Sutter in the chat. This is the perfect timing. Yes, of course, as you tune in, bro. This is my mic drop for the evening. The final piece of knowledge you gain as a 33rd degree elite is the generative principle. The generative principle is the idea that you are the creator. That's the final key they give you. That God gave you his power of creation. And the symbols are everywhere. I want you to sit on that. I want you to remember that. In everyday life, you've been blessed with the greatest gift of all, and that is creation. That is Genesis. Capital G. Genesis. The generative principle. The 33rd degrees of Freemasonry. Jesus Christ was crucified at 33. There's 33 steps on Jacob's ladder to heaven. There's 33 vertebrae in the human spine, and 33 is the master number in numerology. I'm a 3 life path, and one of my best friends, Chris, is in the chat right now. He's an 11. That's some 33 energy for you right there. 33 is the master teacher, the master of the universe, the creator. So I want you to remember, the whole reason you devote your practice to understanding this knowledge, to mastering the 7 principles, to breaking the habit of being yourself. Breaking the habit of being yourself is removing the illusion. You are not in a state of scarcity. You are not in a state of fear. You are not in a state of loss. You are the creator experiencing itself. You are connected to the source, the infinite abundance. The real blessing is the physical incarnation. And I want you to remember that, because I'm no different than you. We walk this path together and we share the same story. So I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that this is the final piece. This is that aha moment. So when you climb the 33 stairs to heaven, and the energy climbs up the spine, and you finally experience enlightenment, and that third eye opens for you, I want you to remember that you are the creator experiencing the creation. And with that, we're calling it tonight. 68 people in the chat. Drop a like. Go check out the workbook if you haven't already. And this is Grant signing off, because I got some Al Pastor chicken waiting for me.